Hello, hello, hello. I hope you're doing well. So the idea of this video is that I wanted to make an ASMR video that I would watch personally. So I was thinking what that looked like. And I knew I wanted to mix soft-spoken and whispered. And I knew I wanted it to be pretty casual and very chit-chatty. So that's what this is gonna be. Kind of a trigger assortment, and I'll be throwing in triggers that I love, both old and new. I'm still on the tail end of being a little sick, so again, sorry if you hear that in my voice or anything. Or if my nose is suddenly red, it's because I had to go blow my nose or something. But I'm excited to be making this one because I've been looking for an excuse to kind of catch up with you, tell you what's been going on, how my recent trip to Guatemala was, things like that. And I'll probably switch to a pure whisper closer to the end of this video. But I personally love having a little bit of soft-spoken thrown in there. So this is a crystal, a mineral, I'm not sure. I think it's agate, I don't know. But I've recently rediscovered that I love crystal tapping. And I forgot that I owned this one. It's usually sitting as just decoration in my kitchen, so I saw it and I thought that would be a good trigger. And of course, I'm gonna throw in some pampering. I have some makeup items, so maybe I'll do your makeup. Not like a full face or anything, just kind of maybe your lips and your eyelashes, some mascara, something like that. And I won't be necessarily going that slow, because lately I've been watching either neutral paced ASMR or fast ASMR, like chaotic, unpredictable stuff, but still very lo-fi casual. If you're new here, I have been making ASMR for like 5 years now. However, I've been listening to it for 9, 10 years, 11, I don't know, a long time. And I've noticed that when I transitioned into making ASMR, the things I liked to watch in ASMR kind of changed. I started watching ASMR that's not that similar to what I make, because that relationship kind of changed between me and ASMR. For better or for worse, I don't know. But I'm not gonna do like a full-on chaotic fast ASMR video necessarily. I think those are better left to the professionals. Instead, I'm just gonna go at a neutral pace, I think. Hand sounds, I love hand sounds. Love hand sounds. Raffy Taffy does amazing hand sound videos. Okay, so let me just check on your ears, check on your face. I'm kind of messing up your face a little. I might actually just clean your face. That's okay with you. There we go. Alright. Beautiful. Now let me show you some of the things that I wanted to make ASMR with. This is a new trigger I got. It's a squishy hamster or gerbil, I'm not sure. It feels like a marshmallow or something, and it comes with a little piece of cheese, but it doesn't really like stay there. I'm curious how this will sound. I love like squishy fidget toy type triggers. And it's covered in hair, though the hair kind of comes off on your hands. So I'm trying to think of what's been going on. I got back from that 3-week, más o menos, trip to Guatemala, where I took Spanish classes. It was an immersion program, so I stayed with a family, a Guatemalan family, and I took classes every day, Monday through Friday, for like 5 or 6 hours. and I had a friend go with me for just a week, which was really nice because I don't really have that much experience doing solo travel. And I really recommend this program, or doing a homestay. Immersion program if you want to learn a language. It's one of the best ways, I think. And a lot of people asked me if I felt like I got a lot better, and that question is kind of hard for me. One second. It came with like these little balls that I'm gonna try and see if they sound nice. I like that, okay. And I feel like, back to that question, I feel like because I'm like high intermediate, I don't feel like I made any crazy amount of progress, I think. I just really cemented some conversational skills, if that makes sense. Like I learned how to speak quicker, speak what I was trying to say faster. But I'm at this kind of awkward point in the language learning journey where I've studied like all of the grammar, and so my problem isn't really like learning new tenses necessarily. It's more using them. And it's kind of at this point where I'm really realizing how many hours and hours and hours you need to put into advancing before you see like a noticeable change, if that makes sense. Like hundreds of hours. So I wouldn't say that I made any huge advances in Spanish, but it was a really cool experience. And it just really, encourages me to keep working on it and keep practicing now that I'm back home. The school offered a lot of after-school activities like a coffee roaster tour, because the coffee in Guatemala is amazing. And like museums and things like that. I did get to go rock climbing, which was really cool. I love going outdoor rock climbing in countries that I visit. It's a really cool way to experience the country in a different way and, spend time outside. I also played a lot of pickleball, which is kind of funny. Okay, I think I got all the little hairs off of my fingers. So while I'm looking at you, that reminds me that I wanted to do your makeup. Nothing that extravagant. some mascara. This is my favorite mascara. I've rebought it, repurchased it, like 20 times, maybe more. It is the Benefit Roller Lash. Okay, so let me kind of scrape off the excess here on the side. Okay, can you go ahead and blink, 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 good, blink, 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 and then we really want to add some volume to the lashes on the outside corners of your eyelashes. Go ahead and blink and blink there. Okay. Okay, if you could just look up for me there, and I'm gonna get the bottom lashes there. I know it's kind of a weird feeling to have someone else be so close to your eyes with something, but I'm going to be extra careful. There, okay. And then these outside corners. Do you normally wear mascara on your bottom lashes? I only do when I film ASMR videos or when I'm going out to a nice place or event or something. Okay, and then there we go. Okay, yeah, do you see how it really elongates your lashes without looking too clumpy? I love this. And I like how it sounds too. Alright, and probably we definitely want to do some blush and probably like a lipstick as well. Maybe like a little bit of glitter on the eyelid. Okay, I want to show you my current favorite lip products. It's actually what I'm wearing now, and it is the Maybelline Super Stay Teddy Tint. And I'm gonna be honest, the packaging is what made me buy them. And I almost never do that. Normally I do research before I go buy something related to makeup, but I saw it and I liked the color. I actually bought two because I couldn't decide which color I would like better. So what I've been doing is actually mixing these two. You can kind of see it's not blended all that well right now, but it's hard to describe. It's like a pillowy, fluffy texture. Let me show you. And I actually actually saw on Reddit that they released these in Asia first. And it does remind me of the lip products that I saw when I went to Japan. The very blurry, soft matte style of lipstick, so I don't know if you can tell what I mean, but do you see how it's almost sheer? It's so pretty. So I'm thinking I'm gonna put this one and let me swatch the other. This one is much darker. So, or you know what? Maybe we can do what I did for my lips today on you. Yeah, okay, so let's apply this one first. Okay, so go ahead and purse your lips. There, okay. And I think this one really benefits from using your finger and kind of blurring it out a little, if that makes sense. Okay. And then the other. And I put very little of this. Okay, so just a little bit. There. Okay, and then really blending them together. There, okay, now do this. Good, okay. Okay, perfect. But yeah, I really like the packaging. And I'm very impressed. It's my favorite right now. And it's not sticky or anything after. Okay, so now I think we can add some blush when I'm in a hurry. That's kind of all I do is mascara and blush, so I kind of have a feeling like 5 years from now I'm gonna look back at photos of me and see me with all this blush and realize that I have blush blindness, but as of right now, I still love a lot of blush, so I am definitely thinking I'm gonna add some to you. With your skin color and your hair color and your eyes. I think kind of a neutral color would be best. Okay, so I think you're like kind of Okay, so just let me get some of this on the brush and go ahead and smile for me. And a key is to connect it up here to your eyebrows and bring it down like that. Keep on smiling. Perfect. There we go. Okay. And then I like to put a little on the nose. Again, I go a little bit crazy with blush. There, okay. And I think I want to add a little bit of highlighter and a little to the corner of your eyes. Okay, so close your eyes, and I'm just going to and then some on your cheekbones as highlighter. There, and then just a little bit on your nose here. There. The return of the jelly cubes. These are literally my favorite trigger right now. That's why I keep including them in a bunch of videos, just because I love them so much. Over the years with ASMR, I think well, it's weird how your tastes change. But I really love like tacky, sticky. Sounds like this. And I'm really happy that a lot of people also really like these triggers. I think when an ASMR artist likes triggers and when they get ASMR themselves, it kind of shows, and the audience likes that. I don't know. At least that's how I feel. That's When I have the most fun filming is when I'm also enjoying the sounds. I just love these so much. I'm trying to think of more things that happened in Guatemala, but it really was mostly just studying and practicing Spanish. Though it was kind of nice, like making friends. I really miss that aspect of school when you were forced to be around people and spend every day with them. It kind of like creates friendships by necessity, and maybe people you wouldn't normally be friends with. You get to know better, like in school or things like that, if you remember or agree with me. So that was really nice. It made me wish I went for longer, but there were so many people who were there for like 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 months. And then I met a lot of people outside of the school on like touristy excursions who were traveling for like a year or months and months, and it was kind of crazy. And almost all of them were European, because Europeans, to my understanding, have a lot more vacation days than Americans. So I would meet like a German girl and she'd be like, I'm taking my 7-month or 7-week sabbatical from work. And then all the Americans I met were like, I'm here for 1 week or 2 weeks. It's kind of loud. If you want to see footage of Guatemala in one of my Pomodoros, I posted a mini vlog with some footage of my previous very short trip to Guatemala. But it's such a beautiful country. And it's really nice because the Spanish is a lot slower than parts of Mexico. And the accent is very neutral. What else has been going on? been watching the rehearsal with Nathan Fielder season 2. It's absurd. I don't really handle secondhand embarrassment all that well, but this season is really good. I've also been watching the Righteous Gemstones, something like that on HBO, which is also very over the top, but pretty funny. I don't watch a whole lot of TV or movies, and yet somehow I'm still really picky with them. I've been trying to draw more for fun. It's so hard to make yourself. Like the discipline it requires to keep practicing your hobbies is tricky. This is a pillow spray. Stress relief essential oil mist. Eucalyptus and spearmint. Before I was filming this video, I was looking around, looking for things to tap on, like I do before almost every video I film. I've been doing a lot of wedding planning. And my fiance just released some new music. He's a musician, and I, love painting and drawing. I think it's really important to find someone who encourages your hobbies and makes you better. I know that sounds obvious, but he's actually one of the reasons I started an ASMR channel. He was really encouraging. But I'm really proud of him because I think was using a Band-Aid as a bookmark. Very chaotic. But I just wanted to say that I loved it and I recommend it. Okay, my dear. I hope you liked this more casual, chit-chatty, soft-spoken and whispered video. I might have